Hey there, guys. A few of you have asked when are we going back to Rafflesia with Tsukiko because Tsukiko is out. She's a great Earth support, got an Imperil field, really good for Rafflesia. So we're going to go back to Rafflesia. Now, instead of going to Rafflesia and doing a quicker clear, we're going to do a smaller clear. We're going to take Tsukiko and we're going to take only 4 units to get all missions on hard mode. Because Tsukiko is really decent slot compression here, it makes it possible to do a 4-man clear. And if you're trying to copy this clear, you can definitely add more units and make it a little bit easier for yourself. Now, that being said, it is going to be a little tricky, especially if the boss does that magic buff too often, because we have less units, which is less action economy. So we're going to do all the immunity buffs and provoke with Chow. Chizuru will Eastern Strong and Staunch. Tsukiko will Rod Imperil, Earth Imbue, and Mandala Earth. And Olive will just get ready for next turn with Fiery, Sky Sea, Gunner, and Giant Melon, whatever. Okay. So because we're really action limited here, if the boss does the magic buff too often and we have to waste too many actions removing it, it'll be tricky, but still doable, I think. Anyway, so the boss does this turn Magic Spore Hysteria. That is not the magic buff. We are good. That means we can use Chow to shift here in a moment. Once he calms down on his counters. Alright, we can use Chow to shift here and do his Magnus in the shift form for an LB damage buff. This is for Chizuru. And then we can just hit the boss a few times to refill his LB gauge. Wait for this to finish. We don't want the chain to break. We're going to use Plant Killer on Chizuru. Olive will cap and get ready for bursting next turn. So these 3 skills hit and then focus for next turn. And we're going to shift Tsukiko and triple chain bolting Earth Evocation to help chain and cap. Wait for Chow to finish though because we don't want to break the chain. So this, wait. Chain, and that should have capped Olive. Okay, so the good damage begins next turn when we get Olive's SLB for the 90% break. So there's Flog. Flog's a little bit painful, especially on Chow in the shift form, because the shift form is not really the tank form, but the boss didn't do the magic buff yet, so that's great. Okay, so back to the base form with Chow. And we're going to now put up more immunity buffs. We're going to put up Focused. Let's go ahead and re-provoke, and let's do a Barrier. Alright, let's see. Olive is going to SLB, which will chain with Chizuru's LB. And then now we're going to cap with Tsukiko. And make sure when you use Tsukiko, she's clicked after Olive, so she gets that nice 90% spirit break. Okay, perfect. Decent chunk of damage. So here's the boss. There's AoE death. We are wearing immunity, so whatever. Did the boss do a magic buff? You always got to check that. He did not. Okay. So let's see here. Let's have Chow reapply, cover, loyal, and actually no, we just did that. So now we're going to do cover, provoke, and true guardian. Let's see, Chizuru can refill LB gauge. Olive, turn 4. So we're going to do cap this way. And once again, we're going to triple Earthquake on Tsukiko to get her LB refilled. So this, wait. Don't want to chain too quickly. Okay. Now here's the concern here. Because we're bursting kind of so hard, we're going to be pushing the healing phase a little bit earlier than we would have liked. Now, I don't love that, but that's what happens. Thankfully, the boss is never using the magic buff. We're getting really lucky on that. If he does do it, we can remove it with Chow, but it's convenient. It's convenient when he doesn't do it. So Chow can just go ahead and guard this turn because turn 5 is a hard attack. We're going to LBU. We're going to cap with you, and then Olive will get ready for bursting next turn. So we're going to do this, cap, and then cannon fire. So this, we wait. I think I might have done that too slowly. Now we're good. Okay, so here it is right here, and we pushed into the lower phase, which Really sucks, but that's just the way they rotate. We're going to actually get like a double healing turn, which is incredibly unfortunate. But that's kind of the way this rogue... If you're using, like, you know, better DPS, you can push the phases quicker. Or not better DPS, but more DPS, as in you have someone filling that last party slot. But we're just not doing that. So we're going to SLB you, and we're going to use Chizuru to just support chain that. But we got to re-imbue, unfortunately. So we're going to Rod Imperil, Earth Imbue, and the field is permanent. So we're just going to use, or 15 turns, we're going to use Blessed Protection. Now Chow can cover, provoke, and most loyal. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and chain Olive with Chizuru's Vision card. Now, this is going to, once again, be unfortunate that it pushes the boss lower, but as you see, we're going to push the boss, then the boss is going to heal 8%. So, it was a net gain, even though the stupid healing is, just annoying. Annoyingly annoying. Okay, so let's go ahead and plant Pulverizer again. Tsukiko can go back to the shift and start evocationing some more. So, evocation, and then Olive. Did the boss do a magic buff? He didn't. The boss is being very, very friendly on these magic buffs. So we can go to the shift form with Chow and do an LB buff for Chizuru again. So, this. And then Olive, turn 7. We are bursting again on turn 9 with her. So she can just gunner. And cap. Wait for this to finish. We don't want Chow to break the chain. Okay, this, wait. Hope I did that right. Yeah, I think I did. Okay, no healing on turn 7, I don't think, so this will be nice. Hopefully the boss doesn't do anything crazy here, because we are in the shift form with Chow. He didn't, awesome. Nothing, no buffs on the boss, that's good. So Chow back to the base form, and now we can shift and burst with Chizuru. So to the base form with Chow, we're going to wait just a moment though with Chow. So Chizuru to the shift, and we're going to LB, LB to cap, and Olive will just cap and get ready for next turn. So this, that, cap, and cannon, fire, cannon. We're going to wait on Chow, so we're going to send this, wait just a moment, then send these chainers. And Tsukiko comes in there with a nice cap at the end. And now Chow can, let's go ahead and let's refill LB gauge on Chizuru. Let's mitigate. And I think we need to provoke. Okay, so hopefully Chow counters a few times this turn so we can refill Chizuru's LB yet again. If he does, oh, never mind, we got it anyway. Perfect. Okay, Magic Spore Hysteria. There's the healing again. I hate the boss's healing, but whatever. Alright. And Chow did counter a couple times. The boss has literally never cast a magic buff this entire fight. This is crazy lucky, but if the boss does cast it, it is okay. We've got the not so fast skill equipped on Chow, but I mean if he's not going to cast it, who am I to argue? So we're going to LB, and we're going to, oh, it's a little bit unfortunate that the timing is wacky here. So we're going to do this. Yeah, the timing's a little bit off here. Oh well. So Chow can cover Loyal and True Guardian. Yeah. Oh, I did that wrong. Ugh. Oh well. The boss is not going to heal this turn anyway, so who cares? Alright. Finally, he did the magic buff. Okay. Get rid of the magic buff with Chow. There it is. Okay, magic buff handled. Let's go ahead and Devastating Slash with you. Olive will... We're going to be, like, killing the boss real soon, so we're going to, like, just use her focus skill and cap real hard. And cap this. Okay, so let's see here. So... Alright, hopefully I did this properly. There it is, a 10-turn clear with 4 units. Nice. Hard mode Rafflesia. Okay, that was nice. Yeah, we had 5 more turns to go. And again, you can also add in more units if you would like. If you want to copy the clear, add a second Olive, add a second Chizuru, add a second Tsukiko. All of that is totally fine. So damage dealers, Olive is a really good damage dealer, so she did a ton of damage. Tsukiko, still really good. And then Chizuru, was more of a support unit here. We didn't have time to reapply her Katana Imperil in the later part of the fight, but it worked out fine. And then Chao is just an all-in-one provoker tank for us. Now that said, we did have a little bit of good luck with the boss never using that magic. Well, using the magic buff like once or twice the whole fight. It was very minimal. It would have been more stressful on actions if Chao had to spend more time removing the magic buff instead of buffing. Because the boss did not use the magic buff that often, we were able to use Chao to do things like entrust Chizuru and shift and use his LB damage buff. Now, if the boss was spamming that magic buff, we would have had Chao to spend more time removing the buff, and Chizuru would have had less damage. The clear wouldn't have changed. It would have just taken an extra turn or two. But, nice. So, the team was Chao in the shift form is using 530 water resist. We're provoking with Chao. So he's doing all the tanking, including the provoke for the dot and the imperil. Death immunity, lo-fi headphones for auto shell, some water resist, a source of blizzard orb, and then a water resist card. In the base form, Sylvie's STMR for imperil or buff removal, a source of counter, some water resist. There we go. And he's got 445 water resist in the base form. So the boss also never used his I'm not sure what it's called, like the lethal water attack. It's a 10% chance. He never used it. If he did, we would have been in trouble, but it worked out fine. Chizuru in the base form is using some LB fill, a source of death immunity, mana regen, the lone swordsman card for giving extreme Nova frames in the base form. Shift form is geared for damage, basically the same. Some LB fill, chain cap up, and in the shift form, she's capped on everything. Cap, and then capped plant killer. Beach Blaster Olive is, don't need that. Using the Dazzle card for basically infinite mana. Death immunity, LB damage up versus plants, chain speed, etc. So maxed LB and maxed plant killer. And then Tsukiko in the base form is just support, death immunity, LB fill, whatever. She doesn't damage in the base form. She's just a buffer. And then shift form is, mine's only EX2. If she had been EX3, she would have been significantly more powerful. She probably would have actually potentially beaten Olive here. But at EX2, you do what you can. So there we go. She's got, death immunity, chain cap up, etc. Evocation stats, and she's capped on everything. Cap. Okay. There was the 4-man 10-turn clear on Rafflesia with Tsukiko, and you can add more DPS if you want to copy it and don't have quite the power level. Okay, see you in a bit.